Hey, I'm Becky, I'm Mama 4, and I'm gonna walk you through the Breville Barista Express. Now, I know it is trending everywhere. Do I really need to have the Breville? Can I get a different brand? Is there something about it that is much better than the other brands out there? I've done my research, like a lot of research, and I have fully convinced my husband now that the Breville Barista Express was the way to go. Now, as a beginner, I went from a fully automatic espresso machine where I put a pod in, I pressed a button, and it came out. Super easy. There is a little bit of a learning curve, but not nearly as much as people want to make you believe. You can be your own barista at home with the Breville Barista Express. Now, to give you a few pointers, I'm just gonna walk you through my steps. So I already weighed my beans. You don't have to do that. You can just throw your beans into the hopper and they will grind and you're good to go. You can select whether you want a single or a double basket. I'm just gonna go ahead and brew one single shot. And then you also can select the grind amount. Do you want more? Do you want less? Where do you wanna be? There are all sorts of settings depending upon if you have light roast, medium, dark roast beans. And you know what? Breville has videos on all of this and they will walk you through everything from just scaling your machine to how to dial it in. If I'm pulling a shot too fast, what should I do? They are not gonna leave you in the dust. Just do a quick search, go on their website, and they're gonna walk you through every single thing that you could possibly ask. There is a dial on the side that lets you adjust the grind size from more coarse to more fine, and that really depends on the type of beans that you have, how fresh they are, how roasted they are. You can start at about 5. I dialed mine in at 4. It really just is up to you. Now, inside of the machine itself, there is another, in the burr, you can actually fine tune the grind size. That's a huge difference for Breville. I'm able to dial it in even better. So if you are somebody who's like, I know exactly what I want my shot to taste like, guess what? You can dial it in on here with the big grind, coarse or fine, and then you can fine tune that inside of the machine with just the click of a wheel. So easy. And they don't often tell you about that. Whether you're gonna single dose and just put your beans in for each shot like I do, or if you're gonna keep your beans in there, you can do that too. You also have the ability to set programs. So if you are somebody who runs a one shot, grind size, all of that, you can program your machine. It has a steam wand. It heats up so quickly. It grinds so quickly. The grinder is alone a huge difference between Breville and the other machines. This grinder is going to get your grind perfect. Whether you are trying to pull a shot from a very dark roast bean or a light roast bean, you will be able to dial it in exactly the way that you like it. The steam wand gets hot so quickly, and it also has a hot water spout. So if you just need hot water for something, an Americano or even just tea, you can do that so quickly as well. It has not been hard to learn. Trust me, Mama 4, I don't have all the time in the world to become a barista, and I have had this for about a week. And my husband already told me that my coffee tastes much better than any that he has had in a pod in the last 5 years. So I think I'm winning, and let me just walk you through the steps. So it does come with a portafilter. I swapped it out for a bottomless portafilter, but you are just gonna go ahead and push it in, and it's gonna grind your beans. I love that it's not super duper loud. I also really love that it's quick and that I can dial in the amount, the grind size, all of that. So I'm just pulling one shot. My beans are already ground in there. I'm gonna take my WDT tool, which you don't have to have, but if you're really getting into the espresso game, you can. Really inexpensive tool that you can utilize. So I'm just gonna use my WDT tool to get the grinds in here exactly how I want, and then I'm gonna tamp it. It does come with a tamp. The tamp is a manual tamp. It is not anything fancy, but I do love that Breville has it stored up here so that you don't have another thing on your counter. So you're just gonna give it a quick, even tamp, and then take off your dosing funnel, which you don't have to use again, but it is something that I like to use. Makes less of a mess. And if you need to, there's also your razor to get any like extras off. You can do that. I like to put a puck on top so that it keeps my machine clean. Put it in here, lock it into place. Inside of here, this is like the best part. So this drip tray also acts as storage. So for any of your baskets for your portafilter, like if you're gonna do just a single shot or a double shot, things like that, you can't change your basket, which I realize now that I use the wrong basket. So just bear with me, guys. But you I should have used a single basket. I went ahead and used a double, but as a mom brain, right? We're just gonna go with it. So you can just press your button and you can brew right into your cup. And I love that it happens so quickly. So if you're used to a pod system where you put it in and then you went about your life and all of a sudden you came back and there was coffee, guess what? This wasn't a whole lot different than that, only this is fresh from fresh ground beans. It was very easy. If you're looking for a fun new hobby at home, because I've done the math, and if you can figure this out like I have in under a week, you can save on all of your coffee visits and just do it at home. And you might decide you don't even like coffee from out and about anymore because you can make it as well at home as some other coffee shops. So this coffee is the perfect temperature. It is the right grind size, and I pulled a perfect shot. So if you are looking for an espresso machine, is this better quality than other ones out there? I think so. Does it offer more options? I think so. Do they also have a lot of education on their website? So if you're learning, you are able to reach out to them? Yeah, that's probably one of my big things, is that there is so much information out there that this is going to make you a home barista because you can have the education easily. I'm a huge fan. I love it. I also love this steam wand, which I forgot to show you, but it gets hot so quickly, and there's nothing about this machine that I don't like. So if you're in the market for an espresso machine, Breville Barista Express.